I think people would be surprised to see how much you've actually changed. I think you would be surprised to see how much you've actually changed. You may have kind of gotten so used to saying the same narrative about yourself that you don't even realize how far from that original narrative you truly have come. For instance, if you used to be a people pleaser, you may still have that in your head that you are that, but you turn around and you realize, oh shit, I don't do that anymore. You've outgrown that. This death and rebirth that you've had, which has been very significant, it's happened over the course of multiple events. There is probably one big significant shift that happened in your life that kind of was the catalyst for creating this new version of yourself. But there's been a lot of little mini events that have come into play that you've really been tested and have really learned a lot in those events. You are finding that you don't handle things the same way that you used to. You are communicating different. You are viewing the world different. You are building bonds with people differently. You have a different set of standards than you used to. Every single event that's led up into this point has quite literally molded what you accept today. So before, when you used to accept mistreatment, when you used to accept half love, when you used to accept the omission of truth, when you used to accept anything less than you being respected and honored, you don't accept that anymore. And it wasn't even a decision that you consciously made. It's all of these events have led you to understand that about yourself, that you don't accept that anymore. You just quit accepting it. You didn't even realize that you don't accept it anymore. You may realize that you have people around you that are actually more in alignment with who you are energetically and spiritually, and you don't even realize why. But the reason is because you've changed. You've gotten into alignment with your higher self. You've aligned with your purpose. You've aligned with who you were always supposed to be. All of these small little events have really led you up into this time. So you're not the same person. Your energy has shifted. Your frequency has up leveled, and so you don't attract the same people. So you don't have the same problems. You may notice that in the past you had problems with a lot of people mistreating you or doing certain things, or you maybe saw these patterns repeating. But you have to take a step back and really look at, it's you that's doing it, because you don't accept that anymore. And I'll tell you why. It's because you're not the same person anymore. Your energy is different. It presents itself differently. You've upgraded. Your energy speaks for itself these days. So that's really something to be proud of and be aware of, that you're not the same person that you used to be. And it's time to let go of that old narrative that you keep saying out loud, because it's not true anymore. It is important to appreciate all the versions of you that you've had to be to get you up into this point. Because as much as you may hate the old you that accepted the disrespect and tolerated the abuse and tolerated the mistreatment and the lies, that everything that you've accepted, that person had to go through those things. That version of you had to go through those things to get you to where you are right now. Otherwise, you wouldn't have known it. You wouldn't have known what it felt like to be disrespected, so your energy wouldn't demand respect. You wouldn't have known what a lie looked like, felt like, sounded like, felt like in your spirit, for you to be able to know that you don't do that anymore. You don't act like you believe that anymore. You don't accept that anymore. That's not, you don't even, your energy is so sure of itself these days that liars are scared to come near you, because they can tell intuitively, subconsciously, that they won't be able to get over on you. Maybe before you seemed more desperate for connection, or more willing to settle, more willing to lower your standards, more willing to accommodate the low vibration shit that you did. And your energy now, they don't even try it. You may find yourself getting approached less and less these days. And that's because there's less and less people that are even willing to try, because they know that when they approach you, that requires a level of authenticity that doesn't come very naturally to most. It doesn't come easily to most. A lot of people live in a facade, and they know your energy right now says, I am me authentically, and I require you to be you authentically. And I'm honest, and I require you to be honest. I'm respectful. I require you to be respectful. I'm upright. I'm of a high vibration, right? I have a certain standard. So they don't even try to approach you at this point, when as maybe before they were able to do that, and they were able to understand, oh, I can get over on this person, or she'll accept this, or it doesn't matter how pretty she is or how handsome he is, or whatever the case may be, I can get over on them. They could see that in your aura, right? They don't see that anymore. What they see is, try it if you want to. Waste your time if you want to. You won't be wasting mine, because I don't even entertain that shit. You'll literally be shooting fucking blanks. You will literally not have any success over here. Don't even try. You'll embarrass yourself. And that's what your energy says. So I think over time, you didn't even notice how much you were truly changing. I know you probably felt the shifts, but I want you to take a step back, and I want you to really look at the person that you used to be 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and really understand who you are right now, and start operating in that, and start believing that, because that's really who you are now. You don't tolerate the things that you used to. You don't participate in the things that you used to. And you may find your circle getting smaller and smaller and smaller, if there's even a circle at all, because you're the whole circle. You're really all you need. That's the truth. You've lost people that you thought you couldn't breathe without, and look at you breathing. You've told yourself, I won't be able to survive without this person in my life. I need them. I love them. I can't. Yes, you can, and you are. Look at you, and doing better than you were when you were with them. So understand now that if there's someone that you're struggling to let go of, or you don't maybe see a life without them, but you understand that they're holding you back or keeping you down, and maybe you're having to lower your standards, understand that you don't do that anymore. Maybe yesterday you did. Maybe even up until this point, right before you watched this video, you did. You don't anymore. And you need to start acting like that, because that's who you are now. There's a reason why it's so uncomfortable. There's a reason why you have bigger goals and dreams for yourself, because that's literally your higher self reaching up to you like, hey, we've already worked past this. It's lingering for what? It's time to go. You've come further than you could even imagine. And your aura now says, don't fuck with me. It does. And that's even you telling yourself that. Don't play with me. Don't fuck with me. Don't undermine me. Respect me. You can't just approach me any kind of way. You tell yourself that. You don't put up with your own shit. We don't do that anymore. You've leveled up in a beautiful way. But sometimes you may forget that you've leveled up so much so that you find yourself repeating old patterns. But it's going to get to a point where it just becomes unacceptable. You won't be able to tolerate that at all. You're very close to that. You're very close to that. Right now in this moment, as I'm telling you this, you're understanding what I'm saying, and you'll begin to operate in that way of your highest self, on your highest timeline, in divine timing. Everything you've been through that led you up until this point was needed. Even something that you just did 5 minutes ago. Even that argument you just got into. Even that low vibrational text you just sent to that low vibrational person who you're keeping around lingering. When you watch this video, you're going to understand what it is, and you're not going to do that anymore. I promise. I promise. This is divine timing. It's time. You've done amazing. I'm very proud of you. I see the change, the effort, the growth, and the evolution to be who you are right now. In this moment, not 5 minutes ago, not 5 years ago, right now. Yeah, good luck.